x is less than or equal to 2. Therefore, 2 is included, bracket at 2. Then we are going to take the values to the left of 2 till negative infinity. The interval notation will be open parenthesis at negative infinity. Negative infinity is not included. And then close bracket at 2. X is largely between negative 2 and strictly 3. Negative 2 is included, bracket at negative 2. 3 is not included, parenthesis at 3. And we take the values in between. Bracket, open bracket, negative 2, comma, close parenthesis at 3 for the interval notation. C, x is strictly greater than negative 5. Negative 5 is not included. Open parenthesis at negative 5. And we take all the values to the right of negative 5 until we reach positive infinity. The interval notation will be open parenthesis at negative 5, comma, infinity, positive infinity, and close parenthesis. A bounded interval is an interval in which both endpoints are real numbers. We have 4 examples of bounded intervals, and you can see in each one of them the endpoints are real numbers. Now, unbounded intervals are intervals which lack an upper or lower boundary. One of the endpoints or both are infinity. The symbol infinity does not represent real numbers. It is simply a convenient symbol used to describe unboundedness. We need to write the inequality to represent each of the intervals and state whether it's bounded or unbounded. For A, x is between negative 3 strictly and largely between 5, and it's bounded. For B, x is strictly greater than negative 3. It goes from negative 3 till positive infinity, and positive infinity is not a real number, unbounded. For C, x is largely between 0 and 2. And 0 and 2 are real numbers, therefore the interval is bounded. We're going to use inequality and interval notation to describe each of the following. Non-negative means that the number is greater than or equal to 0. C is greater than or equal to 0, which means C is in the interval open bracket 0, comma, positive infinity, close parenthesis. B is at most 5, means that B is less than or equal to 5. 5 is a maximum. B is at most 5, means that 5 is the highest value. B is less than or equal to 5. So the interval notation is open parenthesis negative infinity, comma, 5, close bracket. D is negative, means that D is strictly less than 0. These are the values that represent D. And D is greater than negative 3, which means that D is also at the same time greater than negative 3. Because of and, we have to take the values in between because it has to satisfy both conditions. Therefore, D is strictly between negative 3 and 0. Open parenthesis at negative 3, comma, 0, close parenthesis. X is positive, which means that X is greater than or equal to 0, or X is less than negative 6. X is strictly less than negative 6. Let's look at the number line and see how to represent those two statements. X is greater than or equal to 0. Open bracket at 0, and we go toward positive infinity. X is strictly less than negative 6. Close parenthesis at negative 6, and we go toward negative infinity. And because we have an OR statement, so it represents the union of these two sets. Therefore, open parenthesis at negative infinity, comma, negative 6, close parenthesis, union, bracket at 0, comma, positive infinity, close parenthesis.